Hi again. Hi everyone. My name is Oroluwa Ikaye, and this is the continuation of the short series that I'm taking my friends in the creative industry. Today I have with me Boye of Smiles Photography. I'm sure a lot of you already know who Boye is, but I'm going to give him the opportunity to introduce himself now. So kindly introduce yourself to our people.
Hi guys, my name is Boye. Oh my god, I'm shy. So hi guys, my name is Boye. I am a photographer and a content creator.
Amazing. That was so brief. I was expecting something very, very.
Please, we'll sleep here if I continue.
Okay, so I invited you here to take a short of you, and this is a continuation of the series I just started on taking my friends in the creative industry headshots. Because, like I said earlier, I know most of us creatives don't like to be in front of the camera. So there are usually cases where you don't have a headshot until when the need arises. So I just thought to myself, okay, how about I just take my friends' headshots and make a content out of it, and that's what we're doing. That's why I invited you to this program, to this show, podcast, whatever it is. And so I have a couple of questions to ask you before we get into shooting. So I'll just go ahead with the questions. All right. So I would like you to share with us briefly what you do, and how you do what you do.
Okay, so I like to call myself a commercial photographer in the sense that I can deliver any aspect genre of photography that you throw at me, be it wedding, events, portraits, fashion, product, just name it. And I'm a content creator, a brand influencer. What else? Fashion designer, but I've not like gone deep into it yet. And I studied social work in the University of Lagos, so I'll call myself a social worker as well.
Oh, amazing.
How do I do what I do?
I want to hear that one.
Honestly, I just my camera out and
That's no.
I mean, how else? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I just know that I take pictures. I like the pictures. I sit down, I edit it.
Okay,
and
maybe
I post
a
it.
better question would be a better way to ask the question to frame the
Yeah.
question would be, what is your process like?
Okay. I know a lot of people like to say, "Oh, I have a mood board. I do pre-planned meetings," and I didn't do any of that. When you call me for a job, I would ask you that what's the idea. I think that's like the pre-plan. You send me the idea, then I already have a mental picture of what I want images to look like and how I can tweak it. Because I mean, we don't want to copy exactly what
reference.
do you get. And yeah, then we're on set, we do the shoots. It's always fun, trust me. And I retouch. Basically,
That's it.
that's it. And I post it like 4 or 5 months later.
And you create very amazing images too, which is it's one thing that we all do, create really amazing images. And you are a photographer in the industry that I really respect as well. And you've been steadfast, hardworking, disciplined, and it's I think it's really good to really see how you are moving up ahead gradually.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so now the next question will be, have you ever felt like your photography journey is overwhelming and you want to quit?
A lot of times.
Good. I'm not the only one that
A lot of times. I mean, sometimes you're just like, so I won't say overwhelming. What I would say is something like I get really bored. I'm like, I've been using the same setup for like the past few months. Like, there's no, especially when you have clients that um,
I'm not ready to explore.
yes, and honestly, that's why sometimes I like to shoot my friends because with them
You can
I
explore.
can say that okay, let's do it this way, let's try it this way, let's. But you know, like with clients, sometimes they even come with a mood board,
Yes.
so you have to just do it exactly the way they want it. But with my friends, we flip the script, we try different backgrounds, we try. Sometimes we even mix like 5 different ideas together into one shot. So I would say sometimes I get bored. Overwhelmed, not really, except if we have a lot of deadlines. And I think for me, I don't take on jobs that I know I can't deliver. You understand? So if you come and say, oh, you want us to shoot and you want the pictures tomorrow, I'll look at it well. Can these pictures be ready tomorrow? And I think for me, so which takes us back to my process. I do not retouch after 9 o'clock in the morning. It is nonsense I will edit. Let me just say the truth. Except the deadline is like that day, that afternoon, before I will not say, let me see. My retouching window is 5 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Oh, interesting.
Aside that, I cannot retouch again.
Wow.
You will not, I can be free all day. I may not have a shoot, I may not do anything. But you see to sit in front of the PC to edit.
Let me tell you my own retouching window.
Except I sleep. So if I sleep and I wake up, then maybe there's ginger again. But you see, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is retouch. Even if it's 1 or 2 projects. I mean, there are sometimes that adrenaline rush is there and I edit like 4 or 5 projects. And sometimes I might be done with everything I have to do for that period.
Wow. You know, I used to think you're a night crawler.
Night. I sleep by 9 or 10 in the evening.
What? My retouching window is between 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. That sounds weird, right? Like so, I love to retouch
I don't
at
even have
night.
lights by 7 p.m.
I love to retouch at night with some spiritual music playing in the background.
If you see my workspace, my laptop is here, my monitor is here, my tab is here. So I have like 3 screens. So on my tab, there's a movie playing, and I am retouching. And most times I do that when I know I have a lot of pictures to work on. So I'm just watching a movie, and while I listen to like my favorite song. So I'm singing along and retouching. That's when you know. And sometimes I go as far as 11 a.m. from 5 a.m. Because I wake up by 5 a.m. So I just do like the first thing I do, just go straight to my system and work like that. If the ginger is there, I'll be there till like 11.
That's really amazing. I don't find it comfortable retouching in the mornings when there's bright lights.
That's when the ginger is there. That's when I want to work. I'm a morning person.
Okay.
A lot of my friends are no more. I don't. Why are we gonna be a morning person? You have to wake up in the morning and be happy. Oh well, and the energy is supposed to be 100.
I wake up and I'm happy. I want to shoot. But when it comes to retouch, I have to do it in the dead of night.
Oh.
When everywhere is dark.
There are some people that would send me corrections during the day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm not working on anything. If you're watching this video, I am not working on anything. It's the next morning you will get your picture.
Okay, that's good. Let's go to the next question now. Okay, so what motivates you to keep going?
Money. It's the money. Please, it's the money.
No.
It's the money. I like to get
now. Stop.
I mean, an idle man is the devil's workshop.
Yes.
For reals, like for actual reals. If you are idle, you will do the worst things. So I like to get busy, and I think one of the things that motivates me is the wanting to be busy, and that's why I'm also a content creator. Yeah. So if I am not shooting, I am drafting ideas. If I'm not drafting ideas, I am editing. If I'm not editing, I am shooting. If I'm not shooting, so it's a cycle, it's a routine. And you know, days that I am not shooting, I am watching movies and stuff. But I mean, I usually like to keep myself busy, and it won't be bad for money to be coming in for being busy. I mean, that's why we're pushing ads towards, you know, influencing and brand ambassadorship, so that at least other things that we do aside photography can also bring money.
That is actually really inspirational. So it's not just about the money, it's about activity, purpose, being mindful,
being considerate,
being respectable. And I really appreciate that because that is exactly what I'm trying to do as well now. That's what I'm trying to achieve too. Because I notice it's just, you shoot, you are either creating or you are shooting for a client. And after that, nothing else. So why not just also be purposeful, do something purposeful, educate, enlighten, you know, build a community, that kind of a thing. So that's what I'm trying to achieve as well. So yeah, on point. Now the next question will be, is there is there anything you would like to see take shape in the creative industry in Nigeria?
Community. And honestly, there are communities, but they are very close.
Yes.
And before you can fit into any of those communities, you have to be close to someone in the
In the
community.
community.
I mean, no shade. I saw something happened recently, and it was Annie Roberts, Emmanuel Eleke, Lexash, the same set of people. I'm like, are we not photographers too? How did you know about this? I don't know if that makes any sense.
It makes a lot of
So
sense.
there is a community of established photographers. Now, I wouldn't say I am not an established photographer, but I mean, I am not as known as some of these people. And it won't be bad if everybody is in one community together, established, establishing, under-established, and aspiring photographers. I mean, will I say that there's nothing wrong in all of us being together, being able to share knowledge with each other. I mean, it's knowledge is expensive, let's not lie. But I mean, it would just be good for aspiring photographers to have easy access to established photographers, to photographers that they look up to. I mean, when I started photography, it was very difficult for you to have access to people that you looked up to. So it was more like indirect mentorship.
Yes.
Do you understand? When I say photography, I was really looking up to Kelechi Amadiobi, and I did not have any access to him. So what I did was I always bought his magazine. That was Style Mania magazine, and I would always shoot my images like the images I see in the magazine. So we'll go to locations in Unilag, we'll get styling, makeup, and I mean everybody was willing to collaborate as at then. So I created this magazine called College Vogue, and I would design the magazine exactly like Style Mania magazine. And that got me really, really active in school. Now I started meeting makeup artists, meeting new stylists. I interned in Lagos Fashion Week as well. So I got to meet other people in the creative industry. And I would say that's one of the things that helped me. You get before I shifted focus to Emmanuel Elike as well, and because I like the style of photography, and I had the opportunity to work with him once or twice. So it's not everybody that has the opportunity to, work with or have a direct mentorship from established photographers or photographers that they look up to. And now the dynamics have even changed. Almost every new photographer is good.
Yeah.
Like you will just be scrolling into Instagram and be like, who is this person again? Who is this person again? This person is so good. This person's edit is so good. Lighting is so good. So it's different, and it will not be bad to have, because let's say the truth. Not everybody has access to equipment. Not everybody has access to studio.
Yes.
Not everybody has access to all of that. And as I said, the dynamics have changed. When I started, you cannot have which photo studios existed. It was only the big photographers that had studios. Except you wanted to go to all those 1 minute passport studios. So having a community that we can all benefit from one way or the other. I mean, even as established photographers, their daily assistants might not be available, and they might need an assistant. You can enter the platform. Oh, I need an assistant for the day. Somebody will pop up. Do you understand? That can change that person's life.
True.
Do you understand? So yeah, that's it.
I totally agree with you because that is the number one reason why I'm even doing this that I'm doing, community. Because I noticed that, I always ask the question myself. I always ask the question like, why is there no community? Yes, there are communities, but they are very close knit. And you have to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. But why can't there be like a platform or a community or some kind of gathering of creators in Nigeria where knowledge is shared? Especially because you and I, we shoot commercial work. We have worked with agencies. We have worked with big brands. If you notice anything, to be this. Most of these people who bring these big jobs, they know things that we don't, and they capitalize on that. So we are like easy prey. So for people like us, we don't know some of these things. We have to learn the hard way. But people like the established, the bigger names, they know these things. And it would have been easier if there were a community where this kind of information can be shared. Many things like that. So I totally support you when you say
like
community.
usage, like no, I didn't know anything about usage rights for a very long time.
I'm telling you,
And
I learned the hard way.
Do you get? So honestly,
but now I'm very mindful, very demure. So what I did was I acted in a very classic email CC way. They learnt their lessons, and immediately they had to retrace their steps. But I learnt the hard way still, because I had to let them go. You get to a point where you know that this person has to go, but you are going to understand that this is bullshit and I'm not going to take it from you. And they apologized and they retraced their steps, and just let us just go our separate ways. But that wouldn't have happened if I had the knowledge beforehand. I would know how to be like, no, this is how I want it to be, this is where I want it to be, and that is it. Is that you take it or not? And if you're going to go to someone else in my category, they also have the information, so you cannot play us.
Do you get? And
you
that's
can't
the
play
issue.
us.
That's why we can't be so professional in Nigeria. Do you understand? Because if you want to do something, most of these clients always feel like, oh, it's stressful.
We'll go someone else
to the person that we can easily use. And
easily manipulate.
It makes it very, very difficult for. One of my friends was like, oh, you have to do email. You don't have to communicate with the clients directly. You should have a work number. If a client texts me for a job now and I tell them that, oh, somebody will text you, at that particular point they're already feeling stressed. Do you understand? I remember there was a client that I tried it with, and the person just stopped responding at some point. So it just made me realize that these people would rather text me than
I wanted to go through someone else.
It's not even someone else, it's still me, but I'm just using a work number. Do you understand? So honestly, we need knowledge. And the problems I've had with all these like photography conferences and all is that you don't come and tell people how to make it. You just come and tell people how you suffered. Oh, I used this certain camera for so years before I was not able to afford. We do not want that information. So you get like, let everybody know that as a photographer, you have to be registered with CAC as a liability company. You have to have a business account. Clients should not be sending money to your person. All those things. A lot of people do not know it.
True.
Do you get? And those are the things that these brands know, that you are supposed to have your CAC, you're supposed to have your tax identification, all of that. But by the time you add your, what's it called? Your tax, your 7.5%. No, when we say 7.5, you can move on to someone that they can send straight to their own pay account. So
even when they are eventually going to deduct from their own account.
So I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So community is very important, and I think we are getting there gradually. I mean, with like minds like yourself and some other people.
And it comes from a place of career satisfaction, for you to stand your ground.
Yes.
So if you feel like
you're not doing
if
well,
this client doesn't do what is right, go away. And that's when you get to that point, you know that you're going to a point in your career that you're satisfied with where you are.
Yeah, true.
Well, so if you feel like you really need this, I mean, you can break the rules, though. Do you understand? Don't say because you want to be following strict rules, you should now starve yourself.
True.
I mean, if you really need it, go for it.
Weigh your options.
Do you understand? But when you know your onions, as some people will say, and when you know your worth as a photographer, if a client doesn't want to go the right way, you can't walk away from it.
True.
Not every opportunity is for you.
Yes. And also for your peace of mind, I tell you, just go. I've done it before, so I'm like, just go. If we meet again in the future, fine. But this time around, if we're meeting again, you're definitely going to do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
So yeah. So thank you. Let me see. Do I still have more questions before we shoot? Have you ever had? Okay, yeah. So of course, I'm sure you must have done this before.
What is that?
Have you ever had a professional headshot taken?
It's too much. It's plenty. Look, I don't think I have a. What do you mean by professional headshots? Is it like the LinkedIn type?
The LinkedIn type, profile, headshots.
I've been plenty.
Corporate,
Corporate, not really. I've been wanting to take corporate headshots for a while now. But I mean, I always have headshots every. I mean, if I have to go, I go for events a lot, and before I go for events, I do my shoot at home before I go.
Yes, true.
So that one photographer will not snap nonsense picture for me. So, I mean, professional, like LinkedIn style, formal, no. But for, yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, we're going to take one.
Let's take one now.
Okay, so that's the last question for this before we shoot, and then we come back and we ask 2 more questions and then we are good. Right. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
We're done with the shoots. I'm sure you were excited on the sets. Nice. How does it feel to be behind the camera in front of another photographer?
I mean, I'm already used to it.
See it, okay.
So but I mean, like being in front of it. This is the first time that we're doing this. So
yes.
It was exciting.
Great.
I like how you allowed me like shine, but you still had me do the things you wanted me to do. So it was a mix of me doing both your style and my style, bringing it together to achieve something great.
That's good. That's good. We'd like to see the images.
Yes, of course. Bring it on.
Right.
Oh, are these the sitting ones?
No, these are the sitting ones.
Oh, see my feet. I love this one.
Like for banners.
Yeah. I
this
like
probably
it.
Our good to our best. Most likely.
I love this one as well.
Yeah, you have the opportunity to select.
I love this one too.
Yeah.
I don't know why people always find it hard to select. Honestly, like the way I do it, I just select all my best shots, then I start cutting out. To the ones that look like each other. I remove one, then I'll look at it like, okay, is this one necessary? Does this have to be there? Okay, you just need 3 pictures or 4 pictures. Cut. And I'm there. But some people, they'll use a year to select pictures.
Yeah, for some it's always very difficult. So what I usually do is I have my own selection.
Okay.
I tell the client select.
Okay.
And if they find it difficult to select, I show them what I have selected. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And just give it to them. So this was an amazing experience having you in my space and also having the opportunity to photograph you as well. Thank you so much for honoring my invite. Thank you. No, it's all we give all Thank you so much for honoring my invite.
Thank you for inviting me.
I look forward to more opportunities, greater opportunities, shared opportunities between us and our growth in this creative industry. We're going places. We're also going to.
That's not very generous.
Well, so we'll build a community. That's the most important thing. We'll build a community, and I sincerely hope that as we're growing, as we're trying to achieve our goals, we don't get blindsided. We don't get blindsided by maybe pride, ego, those things. We just pray that it doesn't get in the way, so that we don't then become the things that we criticize.
Yes.
And we can do better. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for honoring my invites. Looking forward to doing more of this, greater opportunities. So thank you so much, everyone, for staying tuned and following us through this process. We've come to the end of this session with Boye of Smiles Photography, and I don't know what I'm shooting next, but you guys will find out what I'm shooting next. So for now, bye. Take care.
Like, subscribe, comment, share.